Welcome. I am Lindsay Datko, the founder of Jeffco Kids First. And Beth Parker, my co-leader, is here and will be keeping time for us tonight. This afternoon, we will hear from Heidi and Danny, who are running to be our governor and lieutenant governor. Over the past couple of years, we have intimately come to understand the immense impact the governor of Colorado has on our children. 6 Metro District advocates and I met with our current Colorado governor in December 2020. We told him about the devastating emotional, social, academic, and physical state of our children. The governor assured us that plenty of relief money would be coming to our district, thanked us, and moved on to his next meeting. Soon after that, I'll never forget the image of the governor standing in front of news cameras. He stated that children were safest in their schools and all should prioritize opening up our schools. My children looked at me wide-eyed as I shrieked in relief. And then nothing happened. And we waited. And we hoped. And 2021 rolled around. Surely we would see our children return to normalcy, but we didn't. They were just empty statements and false hope, justified and hidden by 2 words: local control. We weren't about to sit back and let the governor hide behind local authority, so we removed it, quite literally. And that's when we saw changes. It took us a year of hard work and research. Parents often felt alone during this battle, but Heidi Ganal was there for us. Today, our children have moved from pandemic restrictions to pandemic restriction recovery. This work to heal our kids is as important as the fight to end the restrictions. We know Children's Hospital declared a state of emergency because there were not enough beds to handle the immense need for inpatient treatment for children experiencing severe emotional distress. We know from the recent statewide academic assessment scores that our children suffered massive learning losses from which they are not recovering. Our children's pandemic experience was once the top hourly news story. That story has since faded, and our children continue to live the residual effects. It's our job to keep their story at the surface, which is why I am so honored to welcome you to this town hall with Heidi Ganal and Danny Moore, 2 incredible education warriors who are fighting to keep our children's story alive. Their recovery is their top priority. We will be asking Heidi and Danny a series of questions about the education system. They will take turns answering first and have 2 minutes each. But first, let's have each of them introduce themselves and share their connections to education. Heidi, you'll go first, and then followed by Danny.
Thanks, Lindsay. Mic okay? Okay. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And Lindsay and Beth, you have been warriors for our children. And I am so honored and blessed to call you friends and fellow warriors in this cause for our kids. And John and Maria and so many other folks in this room who have fought so hard for our children. Marilee. Our kids are in crisis right now. The media doesn't want to talk about it. Twitter doesn't want to talk about it. The governor doesn't want to talk about it. But our kids are killing themselves. They're getting addicted to drugs. They are addicted to screens. They're lacking community. They're in isolation, Mickey. It's tragic. And if we don't wake up and do something, and I know I'm preaching to the choir in this room, but those of you that are watching online, if we don't wake up and realize that this is a moment in time where we have to stand up as parents. We have to stand up now. We have 36 days to stand up and say we will not tolerate the leadership that is in place right now that is ignoring our children and saying everything is fine, there's nothing to see here. We have the 2nd highest fentanyl death rate in the country. I mean, you know the stats. I've gone over and over in them. Our kids are hurting. As parents, we're struggling. We're trying to figure out how to get our children back on track. As you know, I'm a mom of 4. I have twins that are 10, Jack and Jenna. I have a 13-year-old Holly, and I have 27-year-old Tori, who's in the back. And I've been on the front lines with these guys figuring out what the heck do we do with our kids? How do we get them through this? How do we help them be healthy again and have a good life ahead? How do we get our state back on track and fix all these horrible problems we're facing? facing? Well, it starts with making a different choice on the ballot and voting differently and holding Jared Polis and the Democrats, and my friends that are Democrats, I believe you should too, hold them accountable for the decisions they're making and vote differently. Give us a chance. Give us a chance to do things differently, and we will. Thank you.